Good day, everyone. Welcome to my new lesson, The Features of Life. This is Ray Valencia. Our objective is to determine and understand the 6 important features of all organisms. This lesson is an overview on some of those rules by explaining what the features of life are. Let's see what our vocabulary for today. Organism, unicellular, asexual reproduction. Environment, aquatic. Multicellular, sexual reproduction. Offspring, terrestrial, stimulus. Now, let's see about the reading practice. Are you ready? Let's start with congratulations, job well done. What are the features of life? When you think about life or living things, you probably think about animals, plants, or bacteria. You may think that something is alive if it moves, eats, or breathes. Any living structure, such as plant, animal, fungus, or bacterium, capable of growth and reproduction is called organism. Here are the 6 important features of life. Feature 1. Organisms are made of cells. A cell is the unit of all living things. Here is the structure of a cell. A cell has nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane. Living things such as dogs and banana trees are made of millions and billions of cells. These two are living organisms that made of millions and billions of cells. And through that million and billions of cells, organisms composed of many cells are called multicellular. But if it is composed of a single cell, it's called unicellular. Remember this, many cells, more than one cells, is called multicellular. Then the other one, a single cell, is called unicellular. Another things, there are some living things such as amoeba, protozoa. Both are just one cell. Moving on, feature 2, organisms need food for energy. All living things need energy for life process, such as growth, movement, and reproduction. As you see in the pictures, the cat and the raccoon, they both eating for their growth so that they can move and as well as they can reproduce. They need energy for this process. Plants take in carbon dioxide and water to make sugar, with the use of sunlight, simply called as photosynthesis. Feature 3, organisms grow. All living things grow and develop. Growth of organism result in an increase in size and mass. This small tree eventually becomes trees. People and trees increase in size when they grow. When they develop and grow, organisms need food for energy and make new cells. Living things grow in terrestrial environment, also known as landforms. Aquatic environment, also known as water. These are the example of living things underwater and landforms. Feature 4, organisms respond to their surroundings. For example, plant stems bend to the sun because they need sunlight for photosynthesis. The sample picture is sensitive plants respond to touching. When you touch this plant, eventually it closes because that is their features to protect themselves. Another example, when you call your dog, then it jumps right away. A change in the surroundings that affects an organism is a stimulus. When an organism reacts to stimulus through light, sound, odor, and other factors is called response. The dog in the picture is the best example of response. When this dog heard the sound of calling his name, he responded right away by jumping. That is because of the stimulus through sound. Feature 5, organisms reproduce. All organisms reproduce is produce offsprings that are similar to the parent. Offspring is a scientific term, refers to the product or result of something. Asexual reproduction involves only one parent and produces offspring that are identical to the parent. Some plants, such as banana and sweet potatoes, reproduce by sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction involves two parents and produces offspring that are closely resemble to the parents. Feature 6, organisms are adapted to the environment. Organisms adapt in themselves to the environment so that they have a good chance to survive. Example in the pictures, frog and cuttlefish. They adapt themselves to the color of the environment so that they can protect themselves from the prospect predators. Let's see the sample video.
Welcome to Lulu Math and Characteristics of Living Things. Why are some objects considered alive and other objects considered not alive? Let's look at the 7 characteristics of living things. The first characteristic of living things is that all living things are composed of cells. Next, living things grow and develop. Living things reproduce and produce offspring. Living things also contain DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Living things require energy for their daily activities. Living things respond to stimuli. Let's see an example. Living things also have levels of organization. Thanks for watching. Math uploads a new math video, science, or motivational video every day. Please subscribe and share.
All right. Now, I would like to ask you, are you ready? Are you ready? This is your challenge. All right, guys. Follow the instructions below. Match the column A to column B. That would be your activity. Get a piece of paper or notebook to write down your answers. Write your name, number, and date on it. Number your paper from 1 down to 12. Take a photo and send it to the teacher in private message, not in the group chat. All right. Are you ready? Let's begin. Column A and column B. Let me read the column A. Number 1. An amoeba is a unicellular organism. An adult hydra is producing their own food. Green plants produce their food through the process of photosynthesis. A tulip opens up in the morning at sunrise and closes up in the evening at sunset. A weaver is an organism composed of many different types of cells. A caterpillar hibernates in a cocoon and emerges as a butterfly. When a human steps out in the cold air, the body begins to shiver in order to keep its temperature at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. This is your column B. Letter A. Organisms are made of cells. B. Organisms need food for energy. C. Organisms grow. D. Organisms respond to their surroundings. E. Organisms reproduce. F. Organisms are adapted to the environment. Moving on, number 8. Over 3 years, Tim's height has increased from 5 feet 4 inches to 5 feet to 11 inches. A pill bug eats a carrot. A baby songbird hatches from each egg with both parents songbirds watching. A sea worm drops its tail and the tail becomes a new worm. The roots of the plant grow towards a source of groundwater. The same thing as column B. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck, everyone. Hope to see you again with our next video lesson. Keep safe.